I'm Linda Garcia, mom of two and founder of In Luz We Trust. After educating the Latinx community about the power of investing, my daughter and I teamed up to help families teach financial literacy to their kids. I am a child of immigrants. I started working when I was around 12 years old, and I became a mom at 14 years old. And I think it added to the toxic relationship that I had with money. I found myself in situations where even though I had a ton of jobs all at one time, I fully didn't understand how to use money or how to navigate it. I worked in marketing and entertainment industry for about 17 years, and I was making the most money I had ever made in my entire life. There was a colleague, and he would come to my cubicle and ask me had I started investing, and he would show me his portfolio, and I began investing in the stock market. I had a total investment of a little over $7,000. My biggest apprehension in investing was obviously the risk. The turning point for me was understanding that the longer you have a position in the stock market, the safer it is. And so to me, the money was safer in the stock market than in my hand. And over the years, I witnessed those $7,000 turn into $400,000. Some folks might think I got lucky by the type of investment that I made, but the truth is that we need to start looking at stocks and companies for the potential that they have in the future. I became even more passionate in almost doing what that colleague had done for me, for my community. My partner and I got let go of our jobs in 2015, and 2 weeks after he got let go, we found out that I was with child. After giving birth to my son, we were really smart with cutting back our expenses. We moved in with my sisters. I was picking up little contracting gigs to sustain us. It was almost as if when I gave birth to my son, I gave birth to the creative power that I always knew I had. And so I launched a podcast called Let There Be Luz. Meanwhile, I did have my investments in the background growing. And in my process of healing my relationship with money, I began to tell all of my friends and family to get prepared to invest. I decided that I would start sharing about investing. And in sharing that knowledge is where In Luz We Trust was created, which is just a service that educates people of color on the stock market. My mission is to share with our community that we are worthy of generational wealth. It had taken 2 years to really get clear and identify a service that can generate money. And when Elizabeth took the very first stock course, one of our moms said, "How can I teach this to my children?" That question planted a seed. She decided to create Stock Market Workbook for children. She basically transformed the stock course on a high level. I became partial investor. That way, I'm also teaching her how to navigate a business, to go from 2019 making $15K in my business to now being on track to making over $1 million is a bit shocking. My intention for investing in the stock market was to one day buy a house. And so in 2020, I was able to do that. I was able to pull out pure gains in order to purchase a home. My relationship with Elizabeth and our experience with money has almost been a journey that we're healing together. She has her own portfolio. For graduations or birthdays, I gift her a stock of her choice. It's motivated her to dream bigger. It is interesting now to see my son and his relationship with money. At 4 years old, he also understands that there's a need for other folks to be educated on money. And that excites me. It doesn't matter how much money you are currently earning. If you simply look at your dollar amount for the potential, it can really create financial freedom. The idea is not that there's an opportunity out there for us, but that we are actually the opportunity.